What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. So I was sitting right here last night, cruising eBay or looking at cards or something like that, and got a message from formerly New York Giants, New York Mets PC Cards, Kevin, that the Cowboys had signed Dak, which immediately I ran, to my Cowboys fan page, my source of information. Super excited, blown away, overjoyed. Um, was really starting to wonder if they were going to tag him bumping up against this deadline. But I hate to say this. I don't want to say this, but yeah, I do. I told you, you know, that this getting a deal done for Dak was too advantageous for the Cowboys to not do it, which is what I tried to explain in my last Dak contract video. This isn't about, it is about paying Dak and that he earned it and that he's worth it, but it's really about the market and the salary cap and tags, leverage and deadlines. That's what it was all about. So I am seeing a lot of people comment, in all the comment sections, it's all over the media now, that, well, there you go. They can't sign anyone else. It's done. He took all the money. And I'm going to explain this again for those that still don't get it. But so first of all, the basics. So Dak signed a 4-year deal worth up to $164 million. Okay. 4-year, 160 with $4 million built-in incentive bonuses. There's a no tag clause, which we expected, so he's not going to get tagged again if this deal expires or as such. There's a no trade clause. I don't know if I expected that, but okay. There are 2 additional years, 5 and 6, which are voidable, but do allow the Cowboys to spread more money out, which is where the cap hit comes in. So a couple other things real quick. $65 million signing bonus, most ever. $126 million guaranteed. Your boy got paid, okay? He got paid. So now let's do some revisionist stuff that I already told you, a couple weeks ago. If they tag him, they were looking at a $37.7 million cap hit. Okay, $37.7 million. I expect the number I'm hearing, what the cap hit is going to actually be, the cap hit is going to actually be this year, 2021, is, and I'm looking at the number, $22.2 million, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's because they're able to spread the money out. They're not going to give Dak, it's not going to hit the cap $42 million this year or $65 million guaranteed. That doesn't hit the cap. It's not the way it works. So in essence, they saved by signing him versus tagging him just this year alone on the cap, $15.5 million. Okay, $15.5 million. Now, what's going to happen next? What are you going to hear? What are you going to hear next? So this is a win-win for me because, first of all, let's say this. This is a clear win for Dak Prescott. Okay. Clear win. This is exactly what he wanted. They should have done this last year. I don't know why they didn't. This is exactly what he wanted. He got what he wanted. He got the length, 4 years. He got the price, $40 million. Remember the other day? What'd I tell you? $40 million? That's what I said. Oh, he's not worth that much. Maybe not, but that's what he got. Okay? That's what he got. So, he got the length. He got the money. He got the signing bonus. He got the no trade, the no tag. And he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. He's Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback. Along with that, there's something that comes along with being the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback that you don't get being the Buffalo Bills starting quarterback. Stack Dak's endorsements up against, say, Josh Allen's. Josh Allen's a great quarterback too. You're going to get a lot of deals. being the starting quarterback in Dallas, especially if you keep this squeaky clean, wonderful image that Dak currently has. All right, so moving forward to what is going to happen next, what I think is going to happen next. I'm almost certain, and this is why it's a win-win for me, because I love Amari Cooper. There's been some people saying, oh, well, they're going to trade Amari. I don't think that's what's going to happen. So built into Amari's contract and DeMarcus Lawrence and all these big contracts are the Cowboys have an ability in their contracts to basically flip a switch, and they can convert their base salary to bonus money, which can be then applied to additional years. So basically, it's a longer commitment that they're making to the player, which is good because I want Amari to stay in a Cowboys uniform, but they're able to reduce base salary for a given year. So this year, they can do that with Amari by really just flipping a switch and save another additional roundabout $12 million of cap space just by doing that with Amari. Amari still gets paid, Dak gets paid, and the cap gets bigger. So now you've got Dak's salary covered, and you're able to start. You're able to start finishing your roster. Okay. Secondly, I think they're going to restructure other players' contracts. I'm not sure about say DeMarcus Lawrence or Jalen Smith, because once you restructure these contracts, you're committed financially to these guys longer. And guys like Jalen and Lawrence may be a little more risky, but we'll see. Maybe D-Law gets his contract restructured. There's other guys that definitely are ripe for restructure. And like I said, it's not necessarily a loss, and it's built in. So they're going to get their cap right. You're gonna start seeing that in the news now. Cowboys restructure Amari Cooper. Cowboys restructure this player. Whoever. Cowboys restructure that player. That's going to happen, and they're going to create cap space. I don't think they're going to be hugely active in the free agent market. I think they might let a couple people go. There might be some sad goodbyes. Might be a couple folks that have been around for a long time, or that were either fan favorites that we might say goodbye to. I don't know if Aldon Smith's going to be back. I think he deserves to get paid. I think he put in his dues, and I'm not sure if the Cowboys are going to pay him what he wants to get paid. Somebody else will. Yeah. So free agency, I don't know. I just don't know how active they're going to be. But by doing this with Dak, they've at least maintained the ability to keep this group together. And I don't care what you say, but this team was not healthy last year by a long shot. This team had a new coach, a new defensive coordinator. They had reduced preseason activities last year. You're installing a new offense. Well, they kept their offensive coordinator, but you're installing a new head coach, a new defensive scheme, which was new, and doing it all via Zoom and not having the normal practices that you have. There's many excuses to be made for last season. So I think this team, personally, I still think this team has a talent. The draft, there's what I want and what's going to happen. Now, last year I wanted one of these big name receivers to fall to Dallas at 17? And it did. We got CD. This year, I think we have to address defense, in particular that defensive backfield. I think you've got edge rushers. I think you could address the interior defensive line. I think maybe that might happen in free agency as well. I think your linebackers have something to prove, because this is a group that was once viewed as one of the best in the NFL. Your defensive backfield is a problem, and I think it starts at corner, and at number 10, I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love, love, love for a CD type slip to happen with Patrick Surtain. If they could get Patrick Surtain the second, I think you've got a Pro Bowl caliber corner for the next decade. Opposite Diggs. I think Diggs is going to be another starter. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to slip to 10. I think it's probably more likely that they draft and end up with Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech. He's raw. He's a project. He's getting better. He's athletic. He's big, and he moves good for a big corner. And he does one thing that Awuzie always had a problem with, and that's he gets his head around. You know, Awuzie, I always thought was a great cover guy. You know, anytime Awuzie gave up a play, he was always in the right spot, but he never seems to get his head around and look for the ball. The ball's like coming by his head, coming under his arm. That's not an issue with Caleb Farley. Second, I think you need to go hard at defense. And another place we need to invest is at safety. And, you know, over the past several years, all of these safeties they brought in, Frazier, Woods, these have all been like 6-round picks. It's time to invest a premium pick on a safety. And there's a possibility, there's a couple safeties out there. There's a couple that are maybe, what is the word, projected higher than the one I want. But I want round 2, I want Richie Grant out of UCF to fall to the Cowboys. I think if you can get Surtain or Farley in round 1, Richie Grant in round 2, I think you've got 2 starters and potentially long-term starters in the secondary for years. Hang on to Donovan Wilson. I'm not sure if he's a rotational piece or a starter. Trayvon Diggs, maybe keep one of your current corners. I'd love to keep Jordan Lewis around. I like Awuzie. I really do. I think he can be a good corner, a starter. I just wish he would get his head around sometimes. And the injury last year, that was a interesting situation, and I'm not sure what to make it at. But that's early draft, what I think right now, and it's wonderful to get this Dak stuff behind us and start being able to really look at free agency and the draft and understand that now we're going to have some cap space. Now we're going to have some money to do this with. Personally, for me, as a fan, number one, like Dak or not, think Dak is the quarterback or not, which I can understand there's a debate there. I do like him. I do think he's the right person for the job. At least there's clarity. At least we know who the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be this year and going forward. Even if they tag him this year, I don't know if he's going to be back next year, so there's clarity. Number 2, for me, all the money I've invested on cards and pulling for this guy, and, you know, all right, I feel comfortable now. I feel okay with that now. I feel like I can move forward with that now if I want to. Thirdly, what was the Cooper thing. Yeah, I love it. I think that means Dak and Amari stick around. I think we have the offense. You know, I hope we can get back a healthy offensive line. That might be another area we need to address. I think we can get back a healthy offensive line, though, and get back to winning. Let's get back to winning. But anyway, big news for Cowboys fans. And obviously, when it's the Cowboys, it resonates throughout the entire NFL. So that's all I got for now. I'll have some more information soon. I think I'm going to start probably talking about the draft. Some players that I think are going to have an impact this year. And it's going to be interesting to see who Dallas restructures, who they really commit to, and who they walk away from. That's going to be the next interesting saga to play out. So appreciate y'all watching. Keep it real.